Today tuendelee na sex determination. Sex is the sum of the structural, functional, and behavioral characteristics of an organism that are involved in reproduction, marked by the union of gametes and that distinguish males and female. It is determined by sex chromosomes. So sex is not only structural features, yani it's the sum of structural, yani kwamba male na female katika reproductive structures zinatofautiana, structural. Then from there kuna functional, the mechanism of functioning of these reproductive organs, and the behavioral characteristics. And the maana male wanakuwa na behavior yao na female wanakuwa na behavior yao. And then if you see a male doing female characteristics or feminine characteristics, you are saying something like a female, okay? Now, examination of a chromosome structure of a range of animal revealed that males and female showed certain chromosomal differences. Unaona, male na female walionyesha aina za chromosomal difference. Pairs of chromosomes au homologous chromosomes are found in all cells. Inapatikana kwenye cells zote. These pairs of homologous chromosomes, they are found in all cells. But one pair of chromosomes always shows differences between the sexes. Unaona, kwa hiyo katika pairs 46 kuna pair moja tu inayo determine sex. These are the sex chromosome or heterosomes. All other chromosomes are known as autosomes, autosomal chromosomes or autosomes. Unaona bwana. As you can see in figure 24.16 BS page 820. Drosophila has 4 pairs of chromosomes. Drosophila melanogaster, fruit fly huyo. Ana 4 pairs of chromosomes. 3 pairs appear identical in both sexes, number 2, number 3, and number 4. But the other pair, which is number 1, risks appearing identical in the female, differs in male. Unaona, so the chromosomes are known as X and Y chromosome. Chromosomes ambao wako katika figure 24.17 BS page number 820, and the genotype of the female is XX and that of the male is XY. Unaona, so the sex chromosomes in different animals, they are differing. In humans and many other mammals, the sex chromosomes are known as the X and Y chromosomes. Sex chromosomes inaitwa X pamoja na Y chromosome. For example, in human diploid cell, katika human diploid cells, there are 46 chromosomes. Kuna chromosome 46 such that 23 pairs of chromosomes kwa sababu kuna 46 ambao ni single. 23 ni katika pairs, unaona. Now from there, 22 of which are autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosome. Unaona, 22 of which ni autosome na 1 pair ni sex chromosome. Autosomes are chromosomes responsible for determining the characters other than sex. Consider a human diploid cell. It has 46 chromosomes such that 44 autosomes plus 2 sex chromosomes. 44 autosomes pamoja na 2 sex chromosomes. In female, there are 44 autosomes plus XX sex chromosome. The egg is a haploid having 23 chromosomes such that 22 autosomes plus X sex chromosome. Because female carry 2 identical chromosomes, they are considered as homogametic sex. In males, there are 44 autosomes plus XY sex chromosomes. The sperm has 23 chromosomes, ambao ni 22 autosomes plus X or Y sex chromosome. Inaweza kuwa X or Y sex chromosome. Because male carry 2 different types of sex chromosomes are called the heterogametic sex. The Y chromosome is actually one of the smallest, but contains the genetic information necessary to develop male characteristics. Unaona, necessary to develop male characteristics. These characteristics, sex genotype, are found in most animals, including humans, but in the case of birds, including poultry, moths and butterfly, the sex genotype are reversed. Unaona, female wanakuwa XY and male they are XX. And in some insects such as Grasshopper, the Y chromosome may be absent entirely, and so the male had the genotype X0. Unaona, kwa hii genotype inatofautiana animal na animal inatofautiana inavyoonekana. So in the production of gametes, the sex chromosome segregate in typical Mendelian fashion. Kwa wana separate au wana segregate kwa kufuata Mendelian fashion ya kawaida. Each gamete will have Each gamete will have one of the chromosomes such that each ovum contains an X chromosome. In a male, one half of the sperm contain an X chromosome and the other half contain Y chromosome. Kwa each tunasema kwamba each gamete will have one of the chromosome kwa sababu zimesegregate during meiosis. Zikisha segregate, kila gamete itakuwa ina one chromosome. Kila gamete itakuwa ina one chromosome. Each ovum contain an X chromosome in a male. Each ovum contain an X chromosome in a male. One half of the sperm contain an X chromosome and the other half contain a Y chromosome. Kwa ovum itakuwa na contain X chromosome, lakini kwenye male kutakuwa kuna one half which has X chromosome and another half which has Y chromosome. The sex of the offspring depends upon which type of sperm fertilizes the ovum. Kwamba ni sperm gani imefertilize ovum. If the X chromosome bearing sperm fuses with X chromosome of the ovum, X chromosome or sperm fuse in X chromosome or ovum, then the resulting zygote will develop into female XX. If the Y chromosome bearing sperm fuses with X chromosome of ovum, Y chromosome bearing sperm fuses with X chromosome of ovum, the resulting zygote will develop into male XY. So the sex having XX genotype is described as homogametic, as it produces gamete cell containing only X chromosome. Organisms with XY genotypes are described as heterogametic, since half their gametes contain X chromosome and half the Y chromosome. Sex determination in humans is that when the fetus is formed, it is sexually bipotential. It is fully capable of developing into either female or male. It is sexually bipotential, yani inaweza kawa develop into male or female. The internal sexual duct system and the external genitalia are identical in the male and female for at least 7 weeks. So for the first 7 weeks, regardless you are male or female, mlikuwa mnafanana everything. I know this for most of male wakisikia hiyo hawapendi kwamba nilikuwa nafanana na female. Yeah, you are identical with female for the first 7 weeks. Now the presence of Y chromosome controls the differentiation of testes. In a normal human male embryo with chromosome makeup XY, androgens begin to be produced, and these androgens, testosterone hormone, cause normal male development to occur. Remember now, this event takes place in the mother's womb. So that means even a mother's womb, or even a woman, they can produce androgens, but in small amount, the testosterone. And that's why sometimes ikizidi hizi unakuta mwanamke ana ndevu. In normal female embryo XX, androgens are not produced, and the development takes a course leading to birth of a female infant. Unaona bwana? If during earlier development of an XY individual failed to be produced in adequate amount, that individual, although genetically male, will develop a female. Genetically male, lakini ata develop female features. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu atakuwa hana androgens za kutosha. In experiment with embryos of other mammals, it has been shown that surgical removal of area where gonads will develop result in the formation of a normal female internal duct. Ukiremove area ambayo gonads zitadevelop, utapata female mtoto female kama kawaida. Ile vitu havishauriwi, Mungu hapendi. Consider illustration below. Parental phenotype male, female. Parental genotype XY, XX. Unaona? Separate XY, XX. XY kule, unaona? So there are chances za kupata mtoto female na kupata mtoto male ni equal. So if one phenotype tuna female, male, phenotypic ratio 2 female, 2 male, ambao ni 1:1. From the above cross, two worthy conclusions are drawn. Kwanza, the chances that an individual will be a male or female are 50%. Unaona? 50-50. The sex of an individual to be born is determined by father, not mother. Kwa nini tumeweka hii sentence? Kwa sababu unakuta wanaume wengi mama akiwa na watoto wa kike tu anasema unaona unazaa watoto wa kike tu, but the issue ni kwamba sio yeye anayezaa, yeye ana X tu. By the way, ni father ndio ambaye ata fertilize either kwa X au kwa Y. This is because the mother is always XX. Therefore, it has either X of the father that will produce a female with the X of mother, or Y of the father that will produce the male with X of the mother. Unaona? Sex determination in birds and insects. In some organisms, the Y chromosome does not carry gene concerned with sex. It is described as genetically empty since it carries so few genes. Unaona? In fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster, female have X chromosome and male have one X chromosome and Y chromosome. Unaona? Female has 2 X chromosome and males have X chromosome and Y chromosome. The sex of honeybee, hiyo ni fruit fly Drosophila anafanya tu na human being. The sex of honeybee depends on whether it developed from fertilized or unfertilized egg. A fertilized egg is diploid and it gives rise to a female bee, either a worker or a queen. Anaweza kuwa ni mfanyakazi au queen, depending on its diet during larval stage, larval life, kwamba alipata diet kiasi gani. An unfertilized egg is haploid and gives rise to a male drone. Drone mlinzi, nyuki mlinzi ambaye wakikaa nyuki sehemu wenyewe wanakuwa wanazunguka mbalimbali, wakikukuta wakikupiga sindano moja hiyo haurudi tena. In Grasshopper, the 2 copies of sex chromosome XX are present in female Grasshopper, where the male Grasshopper has only one. Male Grasshopper has only one. The autosomes are equally present. Autosomes are equally present in both sexes. In birds, moths, and butterflies, male are XX and female are XY. In these organisms, it is the female that produces 2 types of gametes. Unaona? Thus, the sex of offspring determined by egg or female parent, not by sperm or male parent. Summary on the sex determination of organisms, gametes, unaona, organisms, XX, XY, human plus other mammals, human plus other mammals, female, male, XY, female, katika birds, moths, na butterflies, XX, birds, moths, na butterfly, XO, male, insects such as grasshopper, XX, XO, male, X female insect, unaona, X female insect such as Drosophila, XY, male insect like Drosophila. Therefore, sex is not a genotype. Sex is the phenotype that is dependent upon how a number of genes or alleles are expressed and interact with each other. Sex is not a genotype. Sex is the phenotype. Muonekano wa nje. Jinsia sio genotype, ni muonekano wa nje unaotokana na genotype. Now, sex determination is not such much important, but what is much more important is the sex linkage and sex linked diseases ambazo tunaenda kudiscuss hapa. Sex linkage is the condition in which a gene responsible for a specific trait is located in the sex chromosome. Yani gene inachukua karakta nyingine ile yenyewe imekuwa located kwenye sex chromosome. Kwa hiyo tunasema iko linked kwenye sex chromosome, especially on X chromosome, resulting in sexually dependent inheritance of the trait. Hiyo ni kwa sababu if this is our X chromosome and if this is my Y chromosome, this is my X and this is my Y chromosome, you see, hapa kuna non-homologous portion of the X chromosome, non-homologous portion of the X chromosome. Hafu yuko chini ndio nini? Homologous portion. So Y chromosome is short as compared to the X chromosome. X chromosome ikiwa ina urefu ule pale, hapa ndipo ambapo wewe unakuwa unachukua linked genes. Kwa ndo maana always sex linked characteristics they are carried by X chromosome. Always, sio nyakati zote, always, mara nyingi. Therefore, a trait or character that is controlled by a gene which is located on a sex chromosome is said to be sex linked character. Kwa hiyo ni trait ambayo inakuwa controlled na gene, lakini ile gene imebebwa kwenye sex chromosome, imekuwa linked. Unaona, gene imepata lift kwenye sex chromosome. Genes carried on sex chromosome are said to be sex linked, zinaitwa sex linked. Sex linked trait are the trait whose genes are carried on the sex chromosome. Sex linked trait are trait whose genes are carried on the sex chromosome. Ni zile trait ambazo genes zake zimechukuliwa kwenye sex chromosome. If a gene is found on X chromosome, it is called X-linked gene, and if it is found on Y chromosome, it is called Y-linked gene. Sex-linked character may be controlled by recessive gene or dominant gene, kutegemea na gene yenyewe, lakini ziko ambazo ni X-linked character au X-linked gene na kuna Y-linked gene. Now, unlike the paired autosomes, in which each member normally carries allele form of the same gene, the paired sex chromosomes do not carry an identical complement of the genetic information because have some portions that are homologous and others are heterologous au non-homologous. Unaona, kwa hiyo kuna kipande cha sex chromosome, yani kama XY, kuna kipande kinachofanana na kipande ambacho hakifanani. So the homologous portion of human sex chromosome is the part which contain genes with alleles in both Y and X. Alleles zinakuwa ziko kote kwenye Y na X, ndio zinaitwa homologous portion sex chromosome, while the heterologous portion of the human chromosome is the part whose genes do not have corresponding allele in the other sex chromosome. Kwa ni ile part ambayo inakuwa ina chromosome upande mmoja lakini upande mwingine hakuna chromosome. Sijui iliko. The homologous portion are mostly located in the central portion of the sex chromosome. The homologous portion, they are mostly located in the central portion of the sex chromosome, near the centromere, where the heterologous portion are mostly located in the peripheral regions of the arms of Y and X chromosome. So sex-linked traits are carried by genes located in the heterologous portion. Kipande ambacho hakifanani. Now, in the case of heterogametic sex, yani kwenye male sasa, heterogametic sex, there is a portion of X chromosome for which there is no homologous region of Y chromosome characteristics determined by genes. Y chromosome characteristics determined by genes carried on the non-homologous portion of X chromosome therefore appear in males even if they are recessive. Unaona, zinaapia kwenye male hata kama zikiwa recessive. This is the special form of linkage which explains the inheritance of sex-linked traits such as red-green color blindness, premature balding, and homophilia. Red-green color blindness, mtu anakuwa hawezi kuseparate kati ya rangi ya red na green. Premature balding ni upala ukiwa bado na umri mdogo unakuwa na upala. Alafu na homophilia ni baadhi ya magonjwa hayo. So the X chromosome being longer or larger carries more genes than does the Y. This is why sex-linked character are common than Y-linked character. Kwa nini X-linked character ni common kuliko Y-linked character? Kwa sababu X chromosome ni ndefu kuliko Y chromosome. Unaona? Recessive sex-linked traits such as homophilia and red-green color blindness occur far more frequently in men than in women. Recessive sex-linked traits such as homophilia and red-green color blindness occur far more frequent in men than in women. Reason here, this because the male who inherits the recessive allele on his X chromosome has no allele on his Y chromosome to counteract its effect. Kwenye female aki-inherit recessive moja, anakuwa na nini? Anakuwa na dominant pia ambaye anafanya yule recessive asionekane. The female on the other hand must inherit the recessive allele on both of her X chromosomes in order to fully display the trait. A woman who inherits the recessive allele for sex-linked disorder on one of her X chromosome may, however, show a limited expression of the trait. Kwa hiyo a woman ambaye atakuwa inherit recessive allele for sex-linked disorder on one of her X chromosome may, however, show a limited expression of the trait. The reason for this is that in each somatic cell of a normal female, one of the X chromosome is randomly deviated. One of the X chromosome is randomly deactivated. Note, a boy will never inherit sex-linked trait from his father. Haiwezekani kwa X linked, more especially X linked, a boy will never inherit X. Sio tu sex, kwa sababu kusema sex, sometimes there are some diseases ambazo zinakuwa linked kwenye Y. As examples of the sex-linked trait, tuna Homophilia, tuna red green color blindness, na tuna inheritance of the eye color in Drosophila melanogaster. Nitajaribu kuelezea magonjwa machache hapo. Tujaribu kuelezea magonjwa machache hapo, ngoja nione peji zangu hapo. Homophilia. Okay, hiki ni kilikuwa kitabu, sasa kidogo kimpata shida. Kilikuwa kitabu na alikiandika mwalimu wa Feza Boys. Ni moja kati ya vitabu ambavyo nilivitumia wakati nasoma advanced biology. Alikiandika mwalimu wa Feza Boys na kiliandika biology ambayo ni competent sana, ila tu kuna baadhi ya maeneo ilikuwa more complicated. Kwa mimi kwa notes zangu nilikuwa na simplify. Sasa hapa mbele sikuweza kuendelea mpaka kule mwishoni kwenye mambo ya mutation na kuendelea genetic engineering. Kwa hiyo nitatumia haka kuelezea hayo magonjwa mawili, Homophilia na red green color blindness. Nitaelezea nature yake na inheritance yake. Tukianza na Homophilia. Homophilia is an inheritable bleeding medical condition or disorder in which the ability of blood to clot is severely reduced or impaired, causing the sufferer to bleed severely from every slight injury. Kwa akiumia kidogo tu, uwezo blood kuclot unakuwa umeondoka. Damu inavuja tu. Akiumia kidogo tu. Yaani mtu mwenye Homophilia akiumia kidogo tu, damu inavuja tu. Even a minor wound may result in fatal bleeding. Yaani kidonda kadogo, mtu damu inatoka mpaka anakufa kwa sababu haiwezi kuclot. The condition is typically caused by hereditary lack of coagulation factor, most often factor 8. Blood coagulation, tena kusoma kwenye transportation, blood coagulation ina factors. Moja kati ya hizo factor ni factor 8. Ziko nyingi, kuna factor 1 hadi factor 12 hivi. Kwa factor 8 sikumbuki vizuri factor 8 inakuwa ni nini, lakini coagulation factor 8 kikosekana ndio mtu anakuwa na Homophilia. People with this condition experience prolonged bleeding or oozing following an injury. Oozing maana damu inakuwa inatoka pole pole, ila bleeding ni ile inatoka kwa kasi. Following an injury, surgery or having a tooth pulled. Kwa yani jino liking'olewa, akipata kidonda, akifanyiwa surgery ni atabledi. Yani huyu mtu kimfanyia surgery kupona shughuli. Due to this, female with Homophilia, though rare to exist, don't live beyond the age of puberty. Kwa mtoto akiwa na Homophilia binti, akifika tu puberty, menstrual cycle moja, ana menstruate mpaka anakufa. This because at they attain puberty, menstruation begins, which consequently cause uncontrolled bleeding, hence loss of life. Homophilia is an X-linked character and is carried by recessive allele. inakuwa carried by recessive allele. The most severe form of hemophilia affect almost only males. Mara nyingi na affect males kama tulivyoelezea recessive X-linked character. So women can be seriously affected only if father has hemophilia and the mother is carrier. Hasa father mwenye hemophilia ataishije wakati father akishakuwa na hemophilia? Lazima atakufa, which is extremely rare. The hemophilic female are rare in nature because moja, for female to be hemophilic, both X chromosome have to be affected. Since the allele for hemophilia is recessive and rare in nature, then it's not easier to have chromosome of which one was affected. The effect will be expressed phenotypically. This explains why hemophilia and other recessive sex-linked characters are more frequent in male than in female. Kwa kwanza ni hiyo. Pili, the hemophilic female never grow beyond the first menstrual flow. Kwa hiyo hemophilic female they are rare in nature. Example ni hapo. Assume a hemophilic female got pregnancy. Assume. Lakini ujiuliza atapataje mimba? Labda huyo mwanaume awe ametime kabla hajafanya menstrual ya kwanza ndio hiyo ampe mimba. Got pregnancy on her first month of puberty, hence never experienced menstruation. Consider a cross between her and a normal man. The phenotype and the genotype of F1 and F2B is shown below. So tutakuwa tuna hemophilic ambaye ni female, hemophilic female na normal male ambaye ni meiosis hapa ni XH mkubwa, XHY, XH mkubwa, XHY. This are hemophilic male. Au ni carrier wa hemophilia. Tukiclose tutakuja kupata hemophilic male, hemophilic female, normal. From the cross above, the following can be reduced. The number of ratio of two children who are hemophilic ni 2 ya 4 ambao ni 50 na children ambao ni 8 hemophilic ni 2 ya 4 ambao ni 50. For example 2, consider a cross between two normal parents and a carrier female na normal male. Carrier female na normal male tapata mmoja ambaye ni hemophilic ambaye ni male. So possibility ya child kubona hemophilic ni 1 ya 4 ambao ni 25%. Naona. Lakini why hemophilia is called a royal disease? Kwa sababu ilikuwa inatembea kwenye familia ya Queen Victoria. It's known as royal disease. Familia ya Queen Victoria hapo inaitwa royal disease. Hayo mambo hata hayana muhimu. Disease nyingine ni red green color blindness. This is the condition in which one fails to distinguish red from green color. Hence, red and green are perceived as identical. It is sex-linked recessive trait carried on the X chromosome and inherited in the way as hemophilia. Okay, hapa wamesema consider genetic cross, lakini sidhani kama ile paper iliyoandikwa genetic cross iko hapa. Kwa hiyo kitu ambacho ndio ujue tu ni kwamba red green color blindness ni recessive, inakuwa carried kwenye X chromosome, ni recessive na inakuwa inherited, mfano wa hemophilia ambapo inakuwa inherited. Baada ya hapo hapa tumeshamaliza linkage na sex linked characteristics. Kipindi kijacho tutaanza kudiscuss mutation. Bado tuna kasafari karefu kidogo. Tutaanza kudiscuss mutations. Kwa discuss mutation, significance, causes chromosomal na gene mutation. Tukimaliza tutaenda kwenye genetic engineering. Thank you, tukutane kipindi kijacho.